niggas keep going on this balloon show, bro. You see the type of shorties that go up there, bro. Y'all not pulling no quality shorty from that show.
First question is, where did you leave your kids to come up here? Ooh. Feel me? That's what I'm saying. You left your kids to come on this game. Where the fuck they at?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
We're not gonna answer that.
As soon as one pop, all them popping. Yeah, exactly. They can't think by themselves. Exactly. And then they pick apart the dumbest shit. Oh, I don't like your shirt. His shoes didn't have socks and it's showing his ankles. I didn't like it too much. It's a little bit too flashy. Why didn't you come here dressed? And you're in a fucking short skirt. Then when you hear their issues, I got three kids by three different baby daddies, and they don't even think it's an issue. Exactly. Exactly. They don't.
Me personally, I will not participate in a game like that. Yeah. I feel like shit like that's like for validation. Like,
shout out to the show, but I would never do that shit.
Man, the hell with that show. Before I get started, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. I'm your brother Yahweh Call from Great Millstone, Orlando. And to quote the beloved Apostle Gabar, he did a video maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, give or take, basically getting on brothers, in more particular, Great Millstone brothers, because you see, a lot of Jake deals with low self-esteem. Jake has no self-confidence, and that's why for you so-called black men, and when I say so-called black men, that includes you so-called Latinos and so-called Native American Indians, all right, Seminole Indians, all right, all the tribes. But you so-called black men, again, to quote the Apostle Gabar, Jake, man, you got to learn to love yourself, man, because it's just like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with Jake? And like I said, it boils down to Jake having no self-esteem. All right. Jake has no confidence. It's bad enough as it is. Israelite men have to dumb themselves down as it is, but Jake has no self-esteem. This whole Pop the Balloon show, which again, the hell with that show, because, pretty much like some of these gentlemen were bringing out certain points. You ain't really doing nothing but validating these women. They're already puffed up as it is. All right. And that show is really about exposing the so-called black man. All right. And again, some of these points that these gentlemen were making, just goes to show you why back in the ancient world, the father, the father is the one that married his daughter off, because women don't have any, for the most part, logical thinking skills. All right. You can't think for themselves. And when you watch these shows, these Pop the Balloon shows, a lot of these women, the majority of these women, they come up with the most dumbest excuses on why they, pretty much, turn down a potential, decent dude, and they also mention, because as soon as the man comes out, women, again, they can't think for themselves. So if they see one pop, then they pretty much the rest of them want to follow the leader, because again, women don't have logical thinking skills. All right. And again, these women, majority of them, they be coming up with the most dumbest excuses. All right. On why they gave up on a potential dude, But again, it boils down to Jake having no self-esteem. All right. Little to no self-esteem. All right. You know, no confidence. All right. And again, man, you know, I don't remember a lot of things because my memory is shit. But one thing I remember is, again, going back to the Apostle Bar, really getting on brothers, man, you know, especially when it comes to the so-called black woman. All right. Because me, unfortunately, as of right now, until further notice, man, I just can't do it. You know, I can't, you know, deal with the so-called black woman as of right now. You know, I'll wait until the kingdom. All right. But again, the brothers got to learn to love yourself. You so-called black men, and again, it includes the so-called Hispanic, Native American Indian, Seminole Indian, West Indians, Haitians. All right. You got to learn to love yourselves, man. All right. You know, because furthermore, you know, you come into this truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You find out that you are precious. You know, you are somebody. You know, not to sound like this guy. You know, what's this, Jesse Jackson? I am somebody. You know, but you are valuable in the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right. As much as this society has propped up women, you know, which, you know, the scriptures tell us how a woman will could pass a man. All right. You know, I'm going to grab this real quick. I'm going to grab this in Isaiah. You know, you got, like the scriptures say, men going all out of their wits for these women, you know. And you got to understand, man, these, as of right now, man, until all hell breaks loose. And that's what, at this point, a lot of us, most of us are waiting for, you know, all hell to break loose, you know. Because until all hell breaks loose, and even furthermore, when we get those new bodies, these women, they're not going to be our women, you know. They're not going to be for you. They're not going to be for us, you know. Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than a fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So, you know, as we know the scripture, you know, just want to bring this out when you go into this. Because again, the fact that these women have been propped up and thinking that they're the prize. All right. And I had this happen to me sometime last year, you know. You know, me and brothers were downtown, you know, looking at some chickens. All right. And you know, you had one so-called black woman, you know, me and bros would just post it up, you know, just, you know, window shopping, right? And you had one so-called black woman come up, basically spitting game, you know, asking for my number. All right, which I'm gonna just say this, a little sidebar, you know, because that's how it's supposed to be. All right. Well, as men, you ain't supposed to be out here chasing tail, you know. Again, everything in this society is backwards. You know, here it is. Again, the man goes out of his wits, you know, basically brings all his resources to the woman, right? You know, I say you are unfortunate enough to get so-called married, all right, which the scriptures tell us we're not supposed to be making covenants with the heathens. You know, so when you go down there and sign those, basically you sign your life away, your rights away as a man, because that's what you're doing when you sign those marriage papers. You know, making that covenant. You're basically getting the state involved with your matters. You know, you're not supposed to be intimate, something intimate, exclusive between that man and that woman. But again, once you sign those papers, the state's involved. You know, the government's involved. Esau's involved. All right, and again, we're not supposed to be making even any covenant with the heathens as it is. All right. But let's say you go that route and you sign your rights as a man away. All right. And, she decides to up and leave. She takes everything, or at least half, So with all that being said, like I said, everything in this society is backwards, because if she decides to leave, her ass left with nothing in the ancient world. You see, again, she's supposed to be bringing all her resources to you. All right. So going back to what I was telling, all right, about this so-called black woman, and she wasn't bad looking or whatever the case may be, but like I said, just my mindset, I'm good, but basically, like I said, she was talking game and trying to get the number and everything. And, we were talking, just talking, because you got to pick these women, you got to pick their mind, you got to see where their spirit's at. So you ask certain questions and whatever the case may be. But long story short, she couldn't, deal with the fact that, I wasn't a simp, I wasn't finna, I just wasn't, chasing her ass or being a beta male or anything like that. She was talking about how, oh, you, I don't know, this is something about you. Because one thing a woman, and I've heard this, a woman, for a man to know his value, know his worth, that's women don't like that, and I've actually heard that, you one of those, your value, huh? Something like that. As I always say, a man that's a man of principle, that's the number one threat. Well, an Israelite man, a man that wakes up to this truth is the number one threat. But a man that stands on a principle, a man that stands on values, these women don't like that, And again, that's why as a man, when you have those certain standards, women don't like that, because they can't break you. You see, because these women, they just look to conquer you, and that's why we see the stories all the time, Again, men going out of their wits for these women, and she ends up leaving. She ends up committing adultery, cheating, right? And you got the dude all on camera crying and going to extreme measures, and she feels no remorse. The scriptures say that she wiped her mouth and she plays innocent. If she can care less, because the woman all she's looking to do is conquer you. So that's why as men, you got to have a certain wits about you, man. Your loins girded. All right. Because basically, like I said, man, going back to this chicken. All right. I'm not the type to wrap myself around a woman's finger. Been there, done that. All right. And Dawade al Shai, not going back. All right. Not doing that shit again. So she was basically, put up a fuss, talking about, oh, your energy is coming off too strong and this and that. And, I'm just standing there like, well, I mean, if that's the case, why are you still standing here? What? Why are you still talking to me if that's the case? Told her straight up, like, why are you still talking to me? She's like, and she's like, I don't, blah, blah, blah. But all with that being said, still trying to get the number, and, I'm just not folding. I'm just, I'm good. Like I said, I'm good. But what she said before she walked off, because I was asking certain questions. Well, what can you do for me? How can you add to how can you forward my enterprise and this and that, and she's, because again, you make certain statements like that, and these women, their eyes get big, because again, they're used to you chasing their tail. They're used to the man chasing their tail. But when they come across a man who's firm, who's stern, all right, who doesn't tolerate certain shit, all right, she had that look in her eye, like, who's this nigga, type of look, type of attitude, and she was talking about how, remember, I'm the prize. Remember who the prize is, type shit, and like I said, I'm just, well, if you're the prize, why are you still standing here? Why are you still talking to me? If you're the prize, you came up to me, but she kept, well, remember who the prize is, as she walked off and whatnot. But that's why I wanted to get into this, As I just read, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, right? I'm going to go into this. And bear with me, man. You know, Satan is working. All right. Every other week, it's like you get over something, one bodily ailment, and then, you know, the next week is like something new. So Satan is working out here, man. You know, so just bear with me. Bear with me. When I get this word for precious, right? Like I just said, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Well, this word for precious, it goes into, or this phrase, it goes into, it says esteem, to esteem, be prized, be valuable. All right, so you see, showing the point who the real prize is. All right, and it's the men, it's you brothers. All right, and again, you so-called black men, you gotta have a certain wits about you. All right, you know, you gotta learn to love yourself, man. You know, get your confidence back, and that's only going to be established in you. How about Shemel Shai? You know, like I said, Jake is looking for love and validation and attention in all the right places. All right. Oh, excuse me, I said that wrong. Jake is looking for love and validation and attention in all the wrong places, and that's why they go on these dumbass shows, man. And you know, it's just embarrassing yourself. You know, making a fool out of yourself. You know, because again, that show, man, this is pretty much just set up to demonize the so-called black man. You know, the Israelite man. You know, but you so-called black man, you gotta learn to love yourself, man. You know, you are the prize. It's not these women. All right. Go to this real quick. Well, I'm just go through a few quick ones. Because, you know, the Lord is no respecter of person when it comes to judgment. All right. But he does have a bias towards his men. All right. You know, the Lord is dealing with his men. All right. So what's that? 1 John 5 and 14. It says, and this is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he heareth us. That's actually not what I wanted, but nevertheless, that's good because Slakia. Slakia. That's not actually what I wanted, but it is good, you know, because to speak on that confidence, all right, you know, that confidence, because when you read Numbers 30, you know, going into the woman, you know, she's praying, she's making a vow, right, and you know, the father just so happens to hear that vow, you know, I mean, if it's according to, you know, his liking, you know, if she's not going off or anything, you know, speaking anything foolish, then the Lord, if he doesn't allow it, if he's with the vow, then hey, the Lord will allow it. But if she's speaking some nonsense, all right, hey, the father or the husband, he can disannul that vow. All right, goes to show you how much power the man has over the woman. All right, because like I said, the Lord has a bias towards his men. You know, he's dealing with his men. All right. You know, and quite frankly, when it comes to you women, the Lord is just not dealing with you. That's why, you know, like I said, this isn't what I wanted, but it is good. All right. Because again, it said, and this is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he heareth us. And first and foremost, start with the elect men. All right. Oh, let me grab this because what I wanted, it slipped my mind, but I'm gonna grab this. Nevertheless, the Lord wanted to do that, or, you know, bring that out. But I'm gonna grab this in Psalm 118 and 6. It says, Yahweh is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me? So showing the point that the Lord is, you know, dealing with his men. All right. You know, the Lord is on our side. All right. Again, that bias towards his men, you so-called black men. All right. The Lord is dealing with you. All right. because we know, King David being the most high man. All right. But we can apply this to, the house of David, again, which starts with the elect first and foremost. All right. The Lord is dealing with his men. All right. Like I said, hey, when it comes down to it, the natural order of things, starting off with Yahweh and of course under Yahweh Shai. From there, you got the man and then the women and then the children. All right. You see, again, to show you how much the Lord is dealing with his men, even for women, sisters that are dealing with no good men, you might be dealing with a 2/3. All right. You might be dealing with a no good nigga. Nevertheless, you still got to respect Yahweh Bashim Shah's order. All right. And you still have to reverence that man until the Lord deals with him, whether that be converting him or destroying him. All right. And eventually the Lord will lead you over to a man of Yahweh Bashim Shah. Because the Lord's going to be killing these Pookies and Ray Rays, man. A lot of these so-called men out here, they're going to be getting offed. All right. Which, again, like I read earlier, that's why, a man of Yahweh Bashim Shah is going to be precious. All right. More than fine gold. All right. Because there's going to be a lot of killing out here, and it's bad enough. Well, not bad enough, but, it's enough already that women outdo men. All right. There's more women to men in this society, which, again, it goes to show you the value of a man. All right. The fact that, because, hey, I mentioned this the other day, going into the supply and demand. All right. The demand of men is low. All right. And it's only going to decrease as judgments ramp up. Like I said, the Lord's going to be offering these dudes as it is. All right. So that's why, pursuing Isaiah 4:1, these women are going to be running to men of Yahweh Bashim Shai. I just saw the video about the Zaquan Azari from the camp. He had a dream about basically blowing these women off him, because, as it's been taught for years, hey, it's going to get to the point eventually. And that's why, brothers, you just got to wait. All right. We just got to wait. We're going to have our picking of the litter. All right. We're going to have our picking. All right. We're going to have that option of swiping left, swiping right, so you just got to wait. Like I said, it's not going to be until Isaiah 4:1 when all hell breaks loose, which will start on this side. All right. If I may add, it will start on this side. So brothers, you just got to wait, and in that time, in the process, in the meantime, this is where you find yourself, because I know a lot of brothers are lacking. A lot of brothers are burning, whatever the case may be. But you got to understand, Yahweh Bashim Shai, he has it to where, brothers are, the Lord has it to where we're focused on the Lord. All right. And with that being said, as we focus on the Lord more and more, everything else around us is naturally going to come. All right. Things are naturally going to be attracted to us. Things are just going to come to us naturally. The more we focus on Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right. Because like the Apostle Gabar says, in order to be a man of the Lord, first, you have to be men. We have to be men. All right. You shouldn't be out here, chasing tail and, giving all your resources. Right. Pillow talking these chickens and, just putting these women on a pedestal, man. All right. You have the saying, hey, our forefathers, man, they be shaking their heads right now. They be, like they say, turning in their graves, seeing the state of the condition of these so-called men out here, giving their wits to these women. Again, you're the prize. All right. The man is the prize. All right. So yeah, I read that. See if I can find this. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let me read this in Proverbs 3:26. Proverbs 3:26. For Yahweh shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. So reading that in the Reading that in the NIV, it says, for Yahweh will be at your side, and he hath kept thy foot from capture. In the NIV, it says, for Yahweh will be at your side and will keep your foot from being snared. Excuse me. All right. So you see again, to you so-called black men, the Lord is dealing with you. All right. You Israelite man. All right. The Lord is dealing with you. He's dealing with us. He's at our side. All right. And these women, quite frankly, they just have to get in order. They just have to get in order. They have to well, it's going to get to that point where, hey, because when that time comes and all hell breaks loose, as the scriptures say, he that getteth a wife getteth a possession, right? And when it's all said and done and all hell breaks loose, these women, they're going to revert back to what they really are, all right? And being a possession unto a man. So, these women, they're going to have to, at some point, come up under your order because the Lord is dealing with you. He's at your side. All right. You see? So that's why, like I said, man, we just have to sit back and just wait, We just have to sit back and wait. The time's going to come, again, like it's been said for years, man, going to have to be beating these women off of us, I'm still trying to think of that one precept that I had. But nevertheless, going on these dumbass shows, man, you got Jake out here, man, you got with these passport bros, because the quality of these American women is trash, Now you can't blame Jake, but at the same time, we're not in the time of multiplying wives and things of that nature, Like I said, all that's going to come on his time. All right, all that's going to come on the Lord's time, So we just have to sit back and wait. All right. And it's going to come to you, Pretty soon we're going to have more than heart's desire, to you hopefully elect Akim. All right, we're going to have more than what we can even wish for, But again, you so-called black men, you got to learn to love yourself. You got to learn to respect yourself. All right. And you're only going to find that through, Yahushai. All right. Through Yahweh Bashemel Shai. That's the only way you're going to, find yourself, and man up, because again, in order to be a man of the Lord, first you got to be a man. We have to be men, you see, because one thing, you want to chase any woman, you chase after Sophia. All right. Chase that wisdom. All right. You see, and like the scriptures go into how like I said, man, these women, man, these American women at that, man, they're trash, man, but wisdom, the scriptures go into how she'll never, her light will never dim, it'll never be a dull moment with wisdom. You deal with a woman on this side, man, and things will be going good for a while, your little honeymoon stages, but eventually she's going to show those demons. All right. Like I said, these women, they'll never be for you. They'll never be for us. Right now, they're not our women. They belong to the so-called white man. All right. Like I said, at any point, she could just decide to up and leave, take you for everything that you don't got, but wisdom. If you want to chase any woman, chase wisdom. All right. Chase that Sophia. She'll never do you wrong. All right. She'll never do you wrong. There's never a dull moment with wisdom, with Sophia. So if you're going to chase anything, chase wisdom. All right. But again, man, you got to learn to love yourself, you so-called black man. All right. You got to learn to love yourself. You got to learn to respect yourself. All right. Lord, one of this was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashemel Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully elect.